there is something which I've consistently said on this platform. Allow me to repeat it again and pay close attention. If the United Democratic Alliance candidate is going to win in Kiambaa by election, then the biggest loser is going to be Moses Kuria. And the biggest winner is going to be Rigathi Gachagua. Moses Kuria has his own political party called the People's Empowerment Party. He won in Juja, and he wanted to carry that momentum to Kiambaa. But Rigathi Gachagua, who is also hoping that the deputy president is going to nominate him to be his running mate, insisted to the deputy president that the United Democratic Alliance Party had to sponsor a candidate in Kiambaa. So the deputy president took his time and talked to Moses Kuria. We all know that Moses Kuria refused. But before he knew, the deputy president went directly to the candidate. And the candidate withdrew from the race. So Moses Kuria was left with no option. So he decided to support the United Democratic Alliance Party. If he will be alive in this country, and the United Democratic Alliance candidate is going to win in Kiambaa, then we will come back here and all of you will agree that Moses Kuria was the biggest loser. Moses Kuria ought to have done one thing. The moment he was shortchanged, or the moment his candidate withdrew, he ought to have taken a low profile. 48 laws of power, law 15, Robert Greene always is advising us to always crush your enemy totally. Because according to Robert Greene, if you have an opponent, you must crush him. Don't go halfway with them or give them any option whatsoever. If you leave them even one amber smoldering, it will eventually ignite. You can't afford to be lenient. So Moses Kuria ought to have realized that his opponent in Kiambaa was not President Uhuru Kenyatta. He had defeated Uhuru Kenyatta in Juja. So the opponent in Kiambaa was actually Rigathi Gachagua. Then he allowed these guys to win over him. Then he's giving them the leeway of supporting that candidate. So it means even if the Jubilee candidate is going to win, Moses Kuria is not going to emerge as the outright winner. Why? Because he decided to support the UDA candidate. So it means even if the Jubilee candidate were to win, still he will be tied to that particular loss. And that's why he ought to have just taken a low profile and waited. On Monday, Moses Kuria posted something which I found to be interesting. Let me just show you what Moses Kuria posted on his Facebook page. Moses Kuria is saying, I paid for this billboard next to Village Market in cash. It is operated by Live Ad. The owner of the land where it is located has ordered it be removed. She says she is a relative of President Uhuru Kenyatta, and therefore she cannot allow that billboard on her land. Should I vomit the Brookside milk I took for breakfast? He's asking. The president is a respecter of private businesses. We should separate business from politics. This hurts. It's wrong. Again, on this case, Moses Kuria got it wrong. Moses Kuria had erected billboards in Kiambaa. And in that billboard, there was the photo of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the photo of the candidate, and the photo of Moses Kuria. So basically, Moses Kuria was trying to own that campaign. So these billboards were pulled down. And since they were pulled down, he was blaming President Uhuru Kenyatta, which in my view was a wrong target. Moses Kuria ought to have identified his opponent. And today, billboards of Rigathi Gachagua have actually emerged in Kiambaa. Some in the exact spots where Moses Kuria's billboards were erected. What do you think is happening? That's the question. So in this video today, I want us to look at the supremacy battle between Moses Kuria and Rigathi Gachagua. And I want to explain to you guys why Rigathi Gachagua is actually going to win over Moses Kuria in this particular supremacy battle. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So I want to make a request. Always give these videos thumbs up if you can. Give them, just drop your comments so that I can learn a lot from there. And importantly, if you can share them with your loved ones. Now, let us get back to serious business. William Ruto is serving his second term as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. President Uhuru Kenyatta promised to support him for the presidency. That's not going to happen. And William Ruto, being who he is, decided to go ahead of the president and captured the larger Mount Kenya region. So today, the people of the larger Mount Kenya region are fully behind the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. But William Ruto is facing one challenge, the running mate dilemma. Who will be his running mate? That's the biggest challenge. And there's pressure from the people of the larger Mount Kenya region that the Deputy President should actually pick one of them as the running mate. Because they argue that in 2013 and 2017, they supported the Deputy President as the running mate. So therefore, it's now the turn of the Deputy President to reciprocate so that if he wants their support, then he must give them the running mate. So far, 3 people are competing to be the running mate to the Deputy President. The first person is Mwangi Kiunjuri. And Mwangi Kiunjuri, in my view, has been outwitted. So he's no longer the force he used to be before he was kicked out of government. Actually, he was kicked out of government because of the perceived support for the Deputy President. Then the second person is Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria has actually emerged as a strong contender for the running mate for the Deputy President. But again, Moses Kuria has committed a mistake. He has refused to join the United Democratic Alliance Party. Moses Kuria is arguing that the best strategy for them is to enter into an arrangement with the Deputy President separately. Because he was with Kibaki, he witnessed how memorandum of understandings were betrayed. He was with Uhuru Kenyatta, he saw how Uhuru betrayed Ruto. So it's trying to just ensure that in case they are entering into a coalition or any arrangement with the Deputy President, then they need to enter as separate people so that the people of Mount Kenya region will have their own party. And that's the party they'll use to bargain with William Ruto or whoever. William Ruto is not keen on that. And then there's the third guy who is now emerging. And I think I did a video. I'm going to share the link to that video below here for those who missed it. That gentleman is called Rigathi Gachagua. So Rigathi Gachagua has an advantage because he's a member of the UDA. And being a member of the UDA, it means Mwangi Kiunjuri has his own political party. Moses Kuria has his own political party. But now he belongs to the party of the Deputy President. So far, the contest in Kiambaa is between these 2 gentlemen. Rigathi Gachagua and Moses Kuria. So who is going to win that war? In my considered opinion, Rigathi Gachagua has an upper hand. Why? 4 reasons. Number 1, the mere fact that he comes from the United Democratic Alliance Party, he professes that he's a member, active member of the UDA, means he has an added advantage. Remember, the last time the Deputy President met with the the leadership from the larger Mount Kenya region, somewhere in Masai Mara, they met under the banner of the UDA. So Moses Kuria and Mwangi Kiunjuri were locked out. So they were able to discuss those issues under the banner of the UDA. Again, majority of members of parliament from the larger Mount Kenya region are allied to the United Democratic Alliance Party. And Rigathi is actually the face of UDA in the larger Mount Kenya region. So that gives him advantage. And that's why he was able to convince the deputy president to sponsor a candidate. Because initially, the DP had this idea of allowing Moses Kuria to win as long as Uhuru Kenyatta is locked out. Because the DP was not interested in direct confrontation with the president. But Rigathi Gachagua had a different idea. He wanted the DP, through the UDA, to announce their presence in the larger Mount Kenya region by winning this particular seat. So that will give him an advantage. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua is also not a poor man. He's not a hustler. He's a very rich guy. And because he's rich, he's able to make things work. He's able to mobilize members of parliament to a press conference. He's able to organize events. He's able to sponsor, he's able to attend fundraisers, unlike Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria is saying he sponsored that billboard, which is okay. And he's filling it. Someone like Rigathi Gachagua is not filling it. He can do that in the entire Mount Kenya region. And because of deep pockets, he's been able to rally the support of majority of members of parliament from that region towards him. Politicians are always interested in game of numbers. So Ruto, as we speak today, prefers Rigathi Gachagua to Moses Kuria, just because of the fact that Rigathi Gachagua has deep pockets. If he has to organize events, he doesn't have to call Ruto. For example, he doesn't have to call the deputy president that I want to organize this event. Can you fund? He can just fund. And the other time there was this story that he has actually decided to give, was it how many billion? Was it 2 billion or 200 million as his contribution so that he can be considered for the running mate? Moses Kuria might have money, but not to the level of Gachagua. Money plays a role in politics. Number three, Rigathi Gachagua is a former DO. I think by the time he was retiring, he was at a DC. Those are dangerous people, politically. Because the DOs of the previous years are people who worked with the people on the ground. So they understand the people on the ground. They understand all the dirty tricks of the government. They understand, they can do so many bad things without you even realizing. And that's why Moses Kuria got it wrong when he blamed Uhuru Kenyatta's alleged relative for pulling down those particular ads. He's dealing with a former DO. He's dealing with a former district commissioner. He's dealing with someone, because the other day I was listening to Rigathi Gachagua on some interview. He was explaining how the former president invited him and some other three guys, how they could ensure that he's re-elected. If at that stage the president could call him out of all the 47 DCs, or were they 47 or 37 DCs, then it means he was a very, very powerful individual. He has networks. He can easily use the chiefs. So he understands how government operates. He understands how certain things can be done. He can really frustrate Moses Kuria because of the fact that he was a former DO. In fact, I've always told people that if you look at people who are formerly either DO, DC, PC, and they joined politics, most of these people are normally very successful politicians. It's difficult to defeat them. They can always defeat you. And also they know how to read the moods. That's Rigathi Gachagua. So because of that, it's likely to outwit Moses Kuria. And lastly, and I'm saying this, I'm going to put the link to the video. I did a comprehensive about it. William Ruto is keen on finishing Moses Kuria. The other day, was it yesterday? I heard William Kabogo alleging that in the last election, William Ruto ensured that anybody he perceived to be strong from the larger Mount Kenya region was locked out during the last election. Moses Kuria is now emerging as a strong candidate, as a strong politician. He's ambitious. Moses Kuria is ambitious. He's going to be stopped. And the deputy president has found a very easy way of getting rid of Moses Kuria. If the candidate, the UDA candidate is going to win, that's going to mark the end of Moses Kuria. He can only try to make a comeback. But the truth of the matter is that the UDA is now going to stamp their authority. So Moses Kuria will now not be a force to reckon with. His party will not be a force to reckon with. In fact, the party will be relegated to either opposing Ruto. If not opposing Ruto, they'll be waiting for people to contest through UDA after losing nominations, probably to join his camp. I don't know what you think. But this idea of Rigathi Gachagua and Moses Kuria erecting billboards in Kiambaa confirms only one thing. If Ruto is not going to be careful, the UDA or his support in the larger Mount Kenya region might split. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts. But again, Moses Kuria is not that trusted around Tanga Tanga. They view him as a Trojan horse. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day.